He forgot his paperwork. Let's go.
We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to the May 20, 2021 Commission meeting for the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. My name is Kevin Cook. I serve as the chair, also representing District 2. Joining me today is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Commissioner Aaron Mays, representing District 3. Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam Clerk, our first item.
The first item is item 3, consent agenda.
There are 4 items on the consent agenda. Are there any questions or is there a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our second item.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, this morning we have vouchers totaling $2,093,955. Highlights of that under Bridge Project, 2 items, one for WCI Incorporated for $18,835.65. It's for the bridge on Northwest Wilson Road. Also, payment to Finney and Turbinate Seed for $30,400 for design and engineering on South Topeka Boulevard Bridge over Wakarusa River. Under County Project, Axon Enterprise Incorporated for $12,480. This is for the purchase of 2 unmanned aerial aircraft for the sheriff. And then also under infrastructure, Finney and Turbinate Seed for $100,000 for construction inspection on the 45th Street and Barrington Road project. I don't have any questions about this, and if you don't, then I would move for approval.
There's a motion by Commissioner Mays.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B, Bond Council, number 1, public hearing on United Methodist Homes, Inc. exercising its option to purchase a portion of Aldersgate in anticipation of selling that portion to a third-party healthcare service provider, and consider approval of resolution number 2021-32, approving and authorizing the execution and delivery of deed and related documents as required by a lease purchase agreement with United Methodist Homes, Inc.
Hi, good morning, Bob Perry. Back in 2013, the county issued $20,630,000 of its taxable, and they weren't taxable, of its industrial revenue bonds. The proceeds benefited the facility known as Aldersgate, refinanced some prior bonds as well as authorized and provided financing for some new improvements. They've entered into negotiations to sell a portion of the facility to a healthcare provider which provides skilled nursing services. Recovery Care Healthcare is the name of that company. In accordance with the Industrial Revenue Bond Act, as well as the lease between the county and Aldersgate, Aldersgate has the unilateral option to exercise an option to purchase a portion of the facility for any purpose. They have exercised that option. They're going to purchase a piece of the facility should the deal get consummated with Recovery Care. That will be transferred to Recovery Care. There's one bondholder in this transaction, and it's a bank. I think it's a consortium of banks actually now, which has consented to this. All of that will be in the transcript, a supplemental transcript, once all the documents are prepared and filed with the county. You'll need to conduct a public hearing before you consider the resolution to comply with the certain requirements of the federal tax code to allow the exclusion on the present bonds to remain excludable from interest for federal income tax purposes.
At this time, I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Motion to open public hearing by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Bob, the question that we always have, and we go through this, the Shawnee County is not personally obligated or liable for any of these industrial revenues bonds. We just serve as the conduit for the financing.
That is correct. Under the statutory scheme for the industrial revenue bonds, Neither cities nor counties are permitted to levy a tax of any source or from any revenue source whatsoever to pay these bonds, and indirectly from any other source. It's a special limited obligation of the county payable solely from the tenant of the facility to the bondholder.
Any questions for bond counsel regarding this item? I know that Mr. Schultz, you're present, representative of the facility. Do you want to talk a little bit about kind of how this maybe helps Shawnee County? Or
Sure, I'd be happy to. Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Tim Schultz. I'm an attorney with Goodell, Stratton, Edmonds, and Palmer, and I do represent United Methodist Homes, which is the operator of the doing business as Aldersgate Village. This is a real opportunity for Shawnee County and the city of Topeka in relation to Aldersgate, because in the course of this transaction, Aldersgate is going to be able to build 2 new Home Plus facilities, which gives an enhanced service and option for seniors. They're also intending to build a 60-unit independent living facility. Some of the units will be based upon income capabilities. And so it really is expanding the Aldersgate campus and thereby expanding the opportunities that seniors in Topeka and Shawnee County have available.
so this will improve housing ability, long care facilities, as well as future employment for Shawnee County.
Yes, with all of the facilities, we obviously are going to have to expand our employment, our workforce to fully service those facilities. So we will expand our employee base too.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Schultz? None. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, is there a motion to close and adopt?
I'll move that we close and adopt the resolution.
Second.
Okay. There's a motion to close the public hearing and adopt, made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Thank you, Bob. Madam Clerk, our next item.
Item C, Information Technology, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C200-2021, a 1-year renewal agreement with Civic Plus for the agenda management software to automate and manage meeting agendas and packets at a cost of $7,200 with funding from the 2021 Information Technology budget.
Morning, Commissioners. Mark Price, Information Technology. This is just the annual renewal of the Civic Clerk software. The funding for it is found in the IT budget. If you have any questions, I can answer them.
And it's my understanding that this is the Civics Plus software that we are now using for the agenda preparation.
Yes.
And so in the future, I think that this will be a budgeted item under the county commission.
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Price?
No.
Yeah, Mark, it's my understanding is more than just agenda management. Could you speak to some of the other functions that we're using it for? Or planning to use it for?
I think the planning is probably, so right now we're just using it for county commission. I know there's been discussions of expanding it to planning commission or any other board that the county manages. There's also abilities to run and track how the commission meetings go or a meeting goes for voting purposes. We're still getting under our feet the setup of the agenda management, and I think as we get further down the road, we'll look into the other features like the meeting management. Department heads would be able to submit electronically their items instead of having to carry paper down.
Okay. Any other questions?
I'll move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Mays. I'll second. Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next item.
Item D, Solid Waste. Number 1, consider approval of request to post and fill a vacant fleet supervisor position at a starting salary of $66,507.42, including benefits, and to fill any subsequent position that may become vacant due to filling this position with funding from the Solid Waste Collections operational budget.
Good morning, Commissioner Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Due to a recent departure of our fleet supervisor, we are looking to post and fill that position. The starting pay with benefits is $66,507.42, and that is the minimum depending on the qualifications of the applicant that we choose. And we'd like to fill any positions that would become vacant due to this, that could possibly due to this. This will come for our operational budget, which is 100% user fee funded and no taxpayer dollars used. Subject to your questions, gentlemen.
Any questions? I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item D2, consider approval of request to issue a request for quotations for the purchase of employee gear lockers with an estimated expenditure of $50,000 with funding from the 2021 Solid Waste Collections operational budget.
Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. We are looking at going out for requests for quotations for gear lockers for the employees of Solid Waste, as well as about 5 employees from Public Works and a few employees from the Sheriff's Office that work up there in our maintenance department. Currently, our existing lockers are under an expiring rental agreement. Included on the back page of the memo was a photo of those lockers, and they're about 4 inches wide. So we're asking our employees to hang all their gear up in there, as well as their boots and all of their uniforms, and then it's just not allowing proper ventilation. So with the expiring contract, I've talked to Ms. Griner, and we'd like to go out for quotations to see what's out there that we can actually purchase for our employees to store their stuff in a safe and sanitary manner. Questions?
Questions?
No.
Motion.
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion by approval by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Thank you.
Jim.
Our next item.
Item E, Planning Department, number 1, consider approval of the 2021 fireworks permits.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Anderson, Planning Department. It's that time of the year. We get to July 4th, and we have applications to sell fireworks for the week before July 4th and a couple days after. You have 21 applications. They've all been executed by the sheriff and by the Public Works Director, and they're ready for your approval.
Okay. Any questions?
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion for approval by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next item.
Item F, Public Works, number 1, consider approval of request to post and fill a vacant mechanic position at a starting salary of $57,002.86, including benefits, and to fill any subsequent openings that might result from filling this position with funding from the Public Works Equipment Maintenance Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kurt Neos, Director of Public Works. We recently had a mechanic vacancy, and we would like to fill that position. I think that position is important not just because they work on Public Works vehicles and equipment, but they also work on weed department vehicles, health department vehicles, and county appraiser's office vehicles. So I think that speaks for itself. These positions are important, and I'm here to request approval to fill it.
Any questions for Kurt?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflects that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item F2, consider approval of request to reject the bid for the East 6th Street concrete pavement joint repair project and to rebid the project at a later, more suitable date.
Kurt Nehouse, Director of Public Works. The county clerk had the key word, bid, single bid, and it was not competitive. And so I'm here asking you to reject it. We are kind of rethinking what we want to do. We do not want to do this project in the heat of the summer. So we will either come back this fall and do something similar, or we may wait till next year and do both the westbound and eastbound. So we'd like the flexibility to solicit bids at a later date, at this point unknown. Questions?
At this time, are there any safety issues with delays of the project?
Absolutely not.
Okay. And Commissioner Mays?
Kurt, do you think the timing had something to do with the fact that we only got one bid? Are they just too busy right now, or?
Well, you're absolutely right. I guess they're too busy right now. We had really thought we were going to get at least 2 bids, and we thought our bids would be way more competitive. It didn't turn out to be that way. I think it really comes down to how hungry are the contractors, which equates to how much work they already have. Evidently, they're not very hungry at this time, so we'll try again later.
Yeah, hopefully concrete costs come down by then too. So,
Is there a motion to reject?
yeah, I'll move to reject.
I'll second.
Motion to reject by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item G, Human Resources, number 1, reflect the change in the employer rate of contribution for Capers, KPNF, and working after retirement rates effective January 1, 2022.
Good morning, Commissioners. Angela Lewis with Human Resources. There are slight changes to the rates for 2021 and 2022. They are very slight. For Capers Tier 1, 2, and 3 in 2021 was 8.87. For 2022, it'll go to 8.9. KPNF will go from 22.8 to 22.99. Working after retirement will go from 8.87 to 8.9. Working after retirement over 25,000 will remain the same at 30%, and there are no changes to working after retirement for non-covered positions. There was one change that I gave you all a document about this morning for Capers. It was a death and disability insurance rate. It is, for 2021, it's 1%. Starting July of this year, they will change it to 0%. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions? I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next item.
Item H, Parks and Recreation, number 1, consider approval of request to advertise and fill a vacant natural areas steward program at a salary including benefits of $56,566.04, and to fill any subsequent position that becomes vacant as a result of filling this position.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Director, Parks and Recreation. This morning we are asking to fill our vacant natural areas steward position, and this position is critical when it comes to our natural areas such as our prairies, woodlands, restoration efforts, erosion control, waterways, ponds, lakes. So anything to do with natural areas, this person plays a key role, as well as our trails. So we'd like to fill this position and fill any subsequent positions that may become vacant. Be happy to answer any questions.
Is there any questions?
Tim, how long has this position been vacant?
Not very long. This just a week or two.
Okay.
Other questions for Tim?
No, I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item H2, consider approval of request to advertise and fill the reclassified position of an HVAC specialist at a salary including benefits of $58,924.21, and to fill any subsequent position that becomes vacant as a result of filling this position, and close an unfilled park mechanic position.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Director, Parks and Recreation. So unlike the last position, this position has been vacant since 2017. We've been advertising this position and also this park mechanic position for about 4 years now, and have been able to fill either one of them. So we worked with the union, we worked with HR, we worked with Ms. Greiner to essentially take those two positions and create one position, elevate the HVAC position so that we'll be able to offer a higher starting wage. We will be losing the park mechanics position. But we think with the recent leasing program that we've been undertaking, that we've been able to do without it now for a number of years, and we think we're okay with the level of mechanics that we have now. So we will, overall, this will save the department a little over $40,000 annually. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Tim, I know I had to read this memo at least 3 times in order to understand it.
Yeah,
So you've had 2 positions that have been open for 4 years.
correct.
And the budgeted amount for those 2 positions was approximately $95,000.
Yes.
After 4 years, if you've been able to make do you need either of those positions?
That's a great question, and my answer is yes. That the HVAC position, we're currently contracting all that work out, or the majority of it, and paying a lot more than we would be paying if we were doing it in-house. And the other point is that with the staff that we have now, we don't really have enough time to go do any preventative maintenance. So we're barely staying, well, to be honest, we're probably not staying on top of changing out filters and doing those sorts of things that should be done on a routine basis. So without getting too deep into the weeds, I can tell you that the hourly rate for this employee will probably be about a fourth of what we pay hourly to have folks come out and do our HVAC work.
Other questions? Is there a motion?
I would move for approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
This is an opportunity for any department head or member of the public to address the commission on any item.
Jim Laurent, Director, Parks and Recreation Department. I just want to remind everybody that we're still hiring for summer jobs. We've got a lot of opportunities for folks that are looking for summer employment, but I specifically wanted to mention lifeguards. We are short on the number of lifeguards that we need right now to operate all of our aquatics facilities. So anybody that happens to see this, if they're interested, we are definitely hiring. So thank you.
Other administrative communications this morning? Commissioner Mays.
Nothing from me today.
Commissioner Rippon.
I'm not a lifeguard. No, I have nothing to.
I would note that next week we do have a ribbon cutting at the Adventure Cove at Lake Shawnee on the 25th. I'm sure we'll talk about it on Monday, but just look forward to having everybody out and the reopening of the Adventure Cove at Lake Shawnee on the 25th.
Hopefully it stops raining by then.
Lake should be full. So, our next item.
Item 6, Executive Session.
There is a need for an executive session regarding personnel matters of non-elected personnel, specifically as we finalize our department head evaluations. This will be for a period of 2 hours. So let's say starting at 9:40, give us a chance to wrap up and get downstairs. And so going from 9:40 to 11:40. Is there a motion?
I'll move for.
Or I guess I can move. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Sorry to confuse it. So, motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Approved. We are now in executive session.